Hello everyone, welcome. It's great to connect with all of you. I was going to do this reading actually for myself. I've been a student of the Kabbalah, well I studied years ago, but a student of the Tree of Life, which is part of the Kabbalah for many years. And I'm just always fascinated by how the divination tools and the tools that we were devised, I guess, and given to help us on our path or understand our journey here always interconnect. So you have the Tree of Life corresponds astrologically, numerically, so from numerology, as well as tarot. And I've been a student of all of those for many years, and use them all. And I always say anything can be read, whether it's tea leaves, coffee leaves, placement. I've been studying I Ching as well, as there's correspondence to the paths in the Tree of Life, as well as the path on the I Ching, right, with the hexagrams. So, we are so guided, to see what the map of really what's going on here in our unfolding. And in fact, by the way, I do teleworkshops through conferencing and through Zoom on becoming more intuitive or using your intuition, becoming more psychic and opening to channel, things like that. I call them soul path teleworkshops. So we have great groups of people that connect in. So if you're interested in any of that, or again, checking out my podcast, Awakenings with Michelle Miche, every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Pacific time, or individual work, any of that, you can just go to soulplayground.life, as well as I do have a blog also. And weekly and monthly insights, if you're interested in that, you can just email me at awakeningspodcast@gmail.com. Anyway, so I've been doing a lot of deeper meditation. I know as a lot of us have. And because, again, veils lifting, we have, especially with this Uranus and Taurus, we have a lot more high frequency energy right now on the planet. And there is a lot of change as we're more in the corridor of the Aquarian age. Every age is a few thousand years. Every yuga is what it's in Sanskrit known as. We're still in the Kali Yuga, so we're in the disruption, and metaphysically and esoterically we're in what's called the period of the glamour realm, right? And you see that with like what's going on in pop culture and in politics. People are going for people just based on how they look, right? It's all about looks, it's the glamour. You saw that really huge in the 30s. 20s and 30s, when the icons were celebrities, right? They were before celebrities, actually, they were actors, right? They were looked at as gods and goddesses. And then it became the rock bands, musicians. Then it became celebrities, right? Models, celebrities. And it became pop culture, people, the reality program, right? Programming. But the Aquarian age says that's why we're having what we're having right now, especially with YouTube and other forms, with social media. Even get the name social. It's about everyone. There's a level playing field. You see it now, quote unquote regular, just average people didn't trade in the stock market, and that changed so that the playing field got level with the internet, but also the inner. It's the inner, the etheric. So the playing field is getting more, and it's getting bigger, and it's getting more leveled. And we're in the root, what's part of the root awakening, where people are going to be really disillusioned, badly so disillusioned in who they've chosen to be their presidents or guides rather than leaders, but people that are in leadership position because they chose out of focusing what seemed glamorous, what was ego-based, what seemed to be cool or hip, fresh. But what are those people really about? Because the soul is all about vibration, right? So we're learning on a mass level that vibes don't lie. Trust the vibes. Drop into the heart. Use your gut. Allow your higher self to lead. You know, your soul is leading you through the higher self. That's why I say soul-led and spirit-fueled. The more you're soul-led, the more life force animating energy you'll have. The more fire, the more passion, right? The more direction. And so part of the reason I've received from my oversouls and the guides that I'm doing these readings now online is because whatever we put into something changes it. So there's a whole, to balance or counterbalance what's going on in the world, there's a lot more need and pull for higher frequency information, or people connecting more with joy, love, creativity, self-expression, honoring, bringing the sacred ways back, the sacred insights and tools, and just more positivity. I know that sounds kind of, cliche-ish, but even people uploading videos about creating or helping people, whether they're making money with it or not, or sharing their awareness or their gifts or their abilities, or answering questions for people, that all up-levels the vibrational frequency. So as we're getting more of this light, and light comes through information, okay, that's one way. Light takes the form of information. It's up-leveling the masses. It's up-leveling the earth plane, the universe, through our intentions to connect. Like, I'm connecting with so many of you, amazing. I've gotten some amazing emails and comments and feedback, and I will be shuffling some other cards, because some people have said they liked shuffle. Some said they want to see my face. I said, okay, but you can look at my other videos, but I will at some point, but I just have everything set up right now. So right now, what I've got here is the Tree of Life, and we've got the pillars, the feminine side, the masculine energy. And I don't know if you can see, and I'll show it, we've got the crown at the top, Kether. This is source energies, and here I have an amazing, to anchor the energy. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, an amethyst ring. I've been drawn, those of you that connect with me on Instagram, I've been wearing my amazing, do you see it? Coral, for cleansing, purifying, for grounding, for working with the sacral. So, the crown, Kether, this is the area of Metatron. Okay, it's also in astrology. It is Neptune, and it's the sparkly energy. It's where source comes in. In the center is Doth, and I picked this card from the middle of the deck. And I will at some point. I'm just wanting to play around with this. I was going to just do it on my own, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to record it. Some people might be interested. And here we have in this column, we have wisdom, Chokmah. And here we have Binah, understanding. So this is where we get our wisdom, our understanding, and I'll go through this more as we go into the full part of the reading, okay? Then we have mercy, areas where you're going to be given help. Doth is the unknown. So when we're creating, when we come into form, we come into the void. This is the area of the void, the becoming, okay? This is the area of where things get easier. This is severity, where things get very strict. We have to pare down. This is where our losses are, right? This is, I guess I should say, the bin, let's see, well, the main thing is the Metatron, I think. And then we have, if we come down to the sixth sphere, which is Tippereth, which is love, okay, grace. We have victory, here, which is all about feelings, okay? Or you could also call it Nisaz, Shazad, Gevara. And then we have Hod, or things, how do things honor, how do things look and appear, do they fit in, are they resonating, okay? And then we have Yesod, which a lot of us get Yesod. I'm going to go into that. This is the foundation, because the bottom is Malkuth. So I have here, this is an ancient ring from Tibet, and it's Tibetan coral. silver. And this is turquoise, which reflects the earth, represents the earth. Turquoise, turtle nature, Mother Earth, turtle, our home. And this is where things are tested. It also rules the astral plane. So sometimes things don't come to full manifestation for us because they're not going to fit in not only in a life-enhancing way to our path, but those around us and the collective. So every time we manifest something or draw something in, or we really want something or wish for something or praying for something, especially now as we're getting more and more soul aligned and we're in the soul alignment process and part of the awakening, it has to fit in more into the group soul. So it has to be what's good for the individual, but also what's good for the group. And then we have Malkuth, which is the kingdom, which is manifestation, right? And it's of the earth element. So we're going to be looking at this, and it's going to be for what is manifesting right now for you in your life. What are you on the tree of life? What are you wanting to draw in and manifest? Some of you, it's going to be a relationship partner. Some of it's going to be maybe your twin flame, or twin soul, I like to say. Some of you, it's soulmate or helpmate. Some of you, it's on a career level. Some of you, I'm hearing it's on health, that you're really trying to shift your health around. Oh, I want to go back to this too. These two rings. We've got a mountain, montagna, agate, with a little bit of inclusion, which again, that also helps for cleansing, but it opens the chakras, it opens the energy centers. And then we've got, for the spirit realm, we've got a polished amethyst. Okay. So a lot of you may want to start working with stones, even aromatherapy, using as much of the elemental energy as you can. So earth, air, right? Fire, right? Work as much as you can. Water also. Drink a lot more water. Be near water if you can. Maybe get a fountain. Work as much as you can with your meditations or when you're doing your own readings to bring in the elements. See what's calling to you. You know, it could be rocks, it could be shells, rocks representing the earth, shells representing, well, both. It's earth and it is the water element. Fire by having a candle. I do have a candle lit. The air represents spirit and it's grounding that energy, right? So feel out what works for you. Maybe it's wearing some of these grounding stones, or silver for cleansing or purifying. Gold, when you wear gold, it's for amplifying energy. Diamonds for attracting, similar to crystals, clear quartz crystals, or amplifiers or manifestors. But begin to really to manifest and to align more synchronistic in a synchronistic way, to move out of the linear time and more into synchronistic timing. It is being present and being your senses, being all your senses, fully showing up, so that you're a part of nature, so you get into that universal flow, so that your individual flow is in that universal flow. So let's see what's coming up for people. Wow, we've got, okay. So here's what's coming from spirit. Here's what's coming for source. Is you've got two things happening. You've got a turning point. You've got a letting go, a releasing, the Eight of Cups. I don't always see the Eight of Cups. I know a lot of people look at it as emotionally abandoning something or letting something or someone go. For some of you, it is that. But it's also, there's a new beginning here. So sometimes what we let go is the dream or the vision. I've been getting this a lot from the guides and the oversouls. Many of us, myself included, we have to let go of how the dream is going to manifest, or the way that we wanted it to manifest, or the way that it was manifesting is changing somehow. And this is due to the higher frequency energies that are now beaming on the planet. This is due to, it's aspecting that Venus and Scorpio. That's huge. That's huge. Venus has to do with not only who we love and how we love, or what we love, but what we value and how we value it. With Scorpio there, it's saying you've got to get to the depths. This is Persephone. We've got to get to the depths, the subconscious, to clear that out, but also the depths of dreams. We've got to remember the truth of who we are. Who are we really? that's something that this other, this agate speaks to is what are our true origins? You know, it's a whole bit different thing when we say where we came from, especially star seeds and indigos, recognizing where you came from and what's really important. Those of you that are spiritualists, metaphysicians, those of you that are dialed in, use your tools constantly. Don't get caught up in the outer realm or the temporal and try to be that or play that game. I know I had to learn that myself. You are how you are, you know. I do much better with drawing things in or manifesting through meditation and through aligning synchronistically to opening to my higher self, you know, or my guides or my oversouls and talking to my friends. I do better with that to bring that in, because that's where we're going. So some of you I'm feeling, and I do feel a lot right now with, there's a lot of Taurus, Leo having some struggles, some, I don't know why that just came up right now. Maybe fights. What I want to say, those of you that are in relationship and you're not seeing, try to see the other person's point of view or where they're at, and if you're not receiving what you perceive that you need and want, find other ways. And those of you that are partying, make sure you look at the lesson, the gain. What did you gain? Okay? We're going to go into that when we get over here. So the tone of this reading is a moving away or letting go, but it's, look at, she's going, it's not that she's just leaving, she, the feminine principle. So some of you, this is women, but it's the feminine principle in all of us, to go deeper within, to go deeper into the subconscious, to go and find out what it is that you really want. These weren't as fulfilling. Some of you attain stuff. Some of you, I feel it's a new level in relationship. Some of you, it is leaving the expectation in the relationship of how it's to manifest, whether it's even out of disappointment. However you're leaving, let yourself leave it as it is so that it can have a new rebirth, so there can be a resurgence. Some of you, I am hearing that this is definitely leaving a career. Some of you, it's a major move. Some of you, it's leaving home. So this speaks to me of turning points, okay? And there's 8 cups, so it's equal. 8 is a very trying number. I mean, 8 in numerology, when you get an 8, you have to look at patterns. You have to look at past patterns and see, are they still, you know, life enhancing? Are they still workable? And if they're not, if they're childhood patterns that aren't workable, lack or coming from lack or limitation, programming from family or generational transmission or ancestral, it says, you know what, leave it. But again, it's very clear here. I'm getting from the images of the card, because I work on archetypal imagery, but as well as my intuition is saying, let your higher self guide you for a while. Some of you, I feel, that are in a twin soul situation or wanting to draw that soulmate in, it's to leave it for a while. Even say, I don't want it this way. I don't want this back and forth. I don't want it this way. I don't want where we're just in the etheric plane. Because you all have a new beginning. This is not only the Fool is about a leap of faith, but it's recognizing that something has ended. Etherically, something has ended subconsciously for you. Something has ended. The higher self has said, no, we're not doing it this way. The ego doesn't know what it's going to be. This, I would say, was representing more the ego aspect, but it's Kether, so it's coming from source. It's the crown chakra. It's coming from your higher directive, the higher directive of the higher self. The higher self is the mediating intelligence that connects you to the soul. I mean, it's all one. It's all us. But we don't access the innate intelligence of the universe, which is the infinite innate intelligence of the universe. We don't access that truly until we extend or expand in consciousness, until through meditation, just tuning in, aligning, however you want to look at it. We need to get out of the lower beta consciousness of the surface mind. You know, we need to shift. It's just a subtle shift in awareness, so that now we're in the expanded consciousness. And this is saying there is a new level to this. So all of you listening to this, and again, it's a general reading, so some of you, it doesn't apply, just peep. maybe you listen and some stuff does. Some of you are going to be, oh my God, that's spot on. But I really feel, take a moment and look at this. This is empowered. This is empowered. This is saying, slate is clean. Whether someone is coming back, they have to come back in a different way, a more empowered way. Because you're saying, this was okay. Some of you are saying, no, this is not acceptable. This for some of you, this is leaving swampy emotions or people or situations that don't fulfill you. But I want to say, since it's coming from Kether, since it's coming from the crown chakra, it's coming from Metatron, it's the intelligence is the admiral intelligence. It's saying, been there, done that. We're revising the dream. We're updating the dream so that it's much more interesting, much more promising. Look for those magical helpers, and again, the dog for some, the wolf for others, using your wisdom, stepping out, looking with fresh eyes. So a lot of you are coming out of really trying emotional situation right now, and this, whether you want to say this, it's Metatron, whether you want to say from your guardian angel, your higher self, Kether, the spirit realm, okay, your guides, your own intuitive knowing is saying, let's keep going, but let's make some changes. Let's let go of how we were doing it, because it really was not, we're done with it. For some of you, it just wasn't serving. Some of you, it's been a very challenging time. You've been waiting. You've been hoping. You've been waiting for someone to return or materialize or draw something in. Some of you have been saying, I can't quite get there. I can't quite get things off the ground. Reevaluate how you're doing things. Some of you, I feel what I'm getting psychically very strongly, some of you are wanting too much too soon. And this is not only in relationship, but in business. You're expecting yourself to be at a different level, and you need to build more. So again, there's steps there, steps down, but steps up. So once you go into that subconscious, once you connect more intuitively, once you look and say, wow, this belief has been blocking me, or this perception, you're going back up and out, but in a different way. And you're letting the light guide you, your own light. So some of you just scale back a little bit on the work that you're doing. Maybe some of you, I'm hearing writers, some of you are choosing, do I stay or do I go? It's going to be a little bit of both. Some of you, I do feel it has to do with going back to school or taking more workshops, getting more training. Oh my God, there Yoshi goes. She does this every time I start the reading. Only when I do it here, though. When I do it at my retreat in Topanga, she does not, so that's interesting. So we may come back to that, but Kether, take a look at that. Try to see this in a more empowered way. It's not just, yes, it's the emotional realm, but it's also the sensing, the knowing, the feeling realm. Feeling your way through your feeling experience. May have been coming out of a bad experience and you're saying, I'm not doing it that way. But you've got to align within. It's new beginnings. This can come back, but in a different way, a different form, a form that's better for you. Okay? So there's a lot of hope there. Okay, we're going to go to the wisdom. What's the wise approach for you? Well, look at this. Another 8. So 8s are about prudence. This guy's working, and look at 3 of earth. Doesn't get even more, the works. Some of you, it is the wise approach is to work with others. Some of you, I feel it's about balancing your individual needs with family. Make sure you keep that balance. Because if you're not getting the energy that you need, the spiritual energy, the rejuvenation, you're not connecting in, whatever is here is not going to work. Okay? This also has to do with creation or creating. Again, manifesting. Things manifest, the male principle and the female principle, the feminine, the masculine come together and they make a creation. Whether it's a baby, a project, it doesn't matter. That's how the electrical and the magnetic come together. So Eight of Pentacles is saying kind of, keep on keeping on, but work at it. But some of you are at a level, again, this is why I say some of you with your businesses, you're working. This says the wise approach. Some of you, there's money coming in for you. And it's just enough to get you through, maybe put a little aside. It's saying be prudent, be cautious, be aware, but work, whether it's on yourself, on the relationship. If it's career, again, you're building something new, and that's by that Eight of Cups, and also the Fool card. And it'll pay off. We're going to see in the reading what's coming up. It's going to pay off, but you're still in a building phase. Okay, I do hear settlements. Some of you that it's legal. The wise approach, the wisdom that's coming from Shokma. It's Uranus. It's illuminating, the illuminating intelligence. You're going to get some insight that helps you follow through on your path, and for some of you, make some decisions, career, work level. But some of you, the decisions are going to have to be on the relationship. Some of you, guys just need to chill. You need to just stop working so much on yourself. Know that the work is in progress. And go on a little vacation together, a holiday, or take a staycation. Chill at home. Do a picnic at home. Put a blanket on the ground and put some, I don't know, wine and cheese, or I don't know, vegan, whatever, tea, kukicha tea, green tea, whatever. Give each other a massage. Take care of each other. Enjoy this physical realm, the sensual realm, right? Some of you, I feel this is about your art, and it's saying get back to it, and how can you make your art. Some of you, I'm specifically seeing pottery, jewelry making, pottery. We have some very artistic people that are listening to this. And I'm hearing, how do I do this and make money? How do I do this? Rethink it. Kether is saying, rethink how you're wanting to make money. Or draw money in. We don't make money. How do you want to receive money, or how do you want to draw it in? And maybe it's showcasing some of your work, or maybe this says getting together with other people, like-minded individuals, or for some galleries. Some of you are going to be deciding to work more project-based or do consulting rather than working with corporations. Some of you, this is the corporate card. So some of you, it is staying with the corporation and doing something on the side. So I just heard that. Some of you are going to be very busy with your work purpose, your career, and also your soul's purpose manifesting in physical form. But since this is in the position of Shokma, it's the wisdom, it does show that you're going to gain insight soon, 3 weeks to 3 months for some people. And this insight is going to bring you, well, we'll see, an understanding of what to do. Woo, I love it. Okay. So in understanding Binah, this is the female. It has to do with Saturn, and it's sanctifying, okay? So there is going to be movement. This is some of you in relationship, that you're going to get that call, that message. You're going to work things out. This is about direct communications. But if we're looking at it from a consciousness standpoint, from what's happening collectively, it's coming from spirit. Okay, this is the spirit energy. You're going to get activated and understand where you are on your path, where you're at in your relationships. And you've got the Two of Fire here, Two of Wands. There's a convergence. A lot is going to be happening, but you're going to be learning how to balance it all. This is also the Dominion card. You're going to be handling things better, whether it's your relationship. You're going to have better boundaries of, I'll accept this, but I won't accept that. Or can we work this out? Again, it's coming from, look at, this is lighter. And I got to tell you, I think it's that Uranus and Taurus, right? It's the fire. Uranus is fiery. It's also electrical. Lighter energy. Let's play. We don't have to define everything. You don't have to say, I'm a corporate person. I work corporately. I only work by myself, or I only work, I'm self-employed, or, I have my own business, or I only do consulting. Maybe you do both. Some of you are going to be taking your spiritual gifts into corporations. Some of you, whether yoga or, meditation, mindfulness. Some of you are going to be taking even more esoteric things and making it more palatable for corporations. Some of you are saying, hey, I want to work, I want to transform this. Some of you, I feel there's some political aspirations, all coming from source, all coming from spirit. So some of you, again, I'm getting, could be 3 days for some of you, but I would say between 3 weeks to 3 months. Expect some clarity, some new direction, some movement. You get the call, you get the job that you've been waiting for. Some of you, I feel you're on second and third interviews. But you're going to have the understanding, you're going to get clarified. And again, the Eight of Wands here, you've got the wonderful dolphins. I see a lot of dolphins where I live, by the beach. Dolphins swim in pods, groups. Connect more to your soul group. A lot of you are going to be receiving more soul connections. And these are, I say, conscious playmates. Some of them turn into soulmates that are life mates. But this is saying, don't anymore try to push the river. Don't try to fit in where you're not fitting in. We fit in everywhere, but some places we fit in better. And those are the places that you go to get your sustenance, your nurturing, you have your great conversations. But we do need to extend out into the world. We do, but your consciousness is there. So whether you're working, whether you're at school, some of you I hear are traveling or getting ready to travel. Some of you are going overseas is what I'm hearing. You bring your consciousness with you. You know, some people think, oh, I have to go to the mountains, I have to do this, I have to be at the beach. Yes, environment enhances, but it doesn't matter. Wherever you are, there you are. Whatever's going on in your head, wherever you're traveling or whatever relationship you get into, you're bringing you with you. So this is, again, saying clear things up, clear things out. You will be supported in this. You're going to get that deeper understanding, and it is an understanding universe. It's a universe of wisdom. It's a universe of understanding. Look for your messages, people. But some of you, clarity, clearness in the month of July. This reading is general, so it's for any time, anybody that happens upon it. It's for any gender, any orientation. If I'm saying male, female, or masculine, feminine, it's interchangeable because we're working here with energies. Some men have more feminine energy than women. You know, some women have more masculine energy. You know, some are very balanced. You know, or it's all a balance. It's the balance that's right for that person in this lifetime, in this incarnation on their soul path. But for some of you, you're going to get a call, you're going to get a message, you're going to have a great conversation, and the air is going to be cleared. And you're going to be able to handle it this time. And you're going to be able to be at peace with it. But passion, there's going to be a lot of you've got the two wands here. It's going to be fiery, it's going to be passionate. Some of you, I feel, it's a relationship that you can't keep your hands off each other, that it's just so amazing. So again, how is spirit, the crown chakra, get there? How is it manifesting collectively and individually right now? For a lot of people, it's about clearing up and clarity. Uranus in Taurus, Uranus is the lightning bolt. Free stuff up, right? Taurus, you know, represents the earth plane. But go deep. Don't gloss over. Some of you I'm hearing, don't gloss over problems or issues. Don't gloss over and think, I don't need to bring that up, or maybe this, or maybe that, or maybe it'll happen. No, bring it up. Connect to your fiery passion that you know, right? You've already turned, the spirit is saying you've turned the corner already. You've already made the changes within you. Now it's about living it. Okay. Now this is Doth. This is the place of the void, the unknown. We don't know, and I chose this from the bottom of the deck. I will do this reading again soon where I shuffle everything on camera. But I was tuning in with my own guides and the oversouls playing. And then I said, I'm going to share this. Okay, so let's just connect in. We can't know. We can look at the bottom of the deck, right? In fact, we're going to do that right now with this card. Okay, so there's a lot of wanding. We can look at the bottom of the deck. We've got the Ten of Wands here. So there's a lot happening. Some of you need to learn to channel your energy more into your activities, out of the mind. So we don't know what's in the middle. We know what's in the bottom. We know where we've been. We know what's The bottom is usually representing the subconscious. But in the center is Thoth. It's the place of the unknown. It's the place of the becoming. It's the void. And it really doesn't have a place on the tree, but it's it's within the spirit realm. It's the void. So we've got the spiritual realm here on the tree of life, the psychological realm, and then the manifested realm, or the physical level, right? And in the middle is Thoth. It's what's coming up for us that we don't necessarily know, right? We don't necessarily know what's going to be happening, or what is the motivation from spirit. There's motivation. Spirit has inspiration and motivation, right? So if the first place has to do with the trend. This is the trend. Kether is the trend. We can't ignore this. This is where things are going. Okay, this is the growth. This is the movement. This is ways to learn or understand, right? And the Thoth, what do we have? Okay, wow. We have 6 of water, faith. So everyone listening to this is learning faith, and to take that faith, 6 of cups, 6 of water, again, connecting to the water, which is our intuition, which connects us to spirit. All cards connect us to spirit, because everything is spirit and form. Everything is consciousness, just by varying degrees or levels, and how fast the particles are moving depends how solid or informed something seems. So this is telling me there's a lot happening on the etheric plane. So a lot of you are feeling someone coming in. Some of you are feeling that job, or that direction. It's like what I want to share with you, it is here already. But it's not completely yet informed. We'll see what happens in Malkuth. But what the void is saying, what the potential here, the unknown is, many of you are operating out of the past lives. You're clearing up past lives, or you could even say connecting to future lives, clearing up so that your future life is more in alignment, or you're getting more in alignment to your future life. And some of you, there is an important person that is represented by this, whether male or female. We're seeing fire here, but it's fire with water. Earth is, of course, represented as well. So I would say some of you are drawing in, Aries, Sag, Leo. All right? But some of you, this is also you. Are you the king? It's stepping out into the world. The masculine aspect of our being steps out. The divine spark, the flame of spirit, of life, is masculine. When we begin creating with it, using it, understanding it, that's feminine. When we put it into form, the forms are masculine. The putting into form is the feminine and the masculine together. When the form happens, whatever form it takes, is Malkuth, is masculine, is physical. So this is telling me, for some of you, the surprise, what's in the void for you, is manifesting that life partner. And it'll be a very fiery relationship, very passionate, creative, probably working together, I would say, but maybe some shared projects. Some of you, I keep getting a lot to do with film, whether it's your own films, TV film. Some of you, I'm feeling, I keep getting corporate, a corporation, or really need to focusing on your art or what brings you joy. That your life, you feel, has gotten too dry, okay? So whatever that means. And some of you, it's the relationships that you're in has gotten too dry. So how can you breathe new life into it? Breathe some fire, some passion. Those of you that will be in a relationship, that this is someone from the past returning. For some of you, it's past life connections, other dimensional. Some of you, it is literally someone from the past that you really were in sync, got along with. I don't see drama, trauma. I see maybe some little things to work out communication, but very playful, very light. 6 of water, 6 of cups has also to do with children. I'm also hearing some of you are waiting to find out if you're pregnant. Remember I said you're waiting. We'll see if that was revealed. And you are. Some of you are adopted. There's a lot to do with children also in this reading, and I feel like younger people could be listening to it. Some of you are contemplating, do I even want children? Do I want to bring children into this world? And I say, if you're drawn to it, yes, because they're meant to come here. They're meant to be here. Some of you are in school or are starting a school. Look into Rudolf Steiner, I'm telling people. I'm hearing you, those of you that are studying and wanting to know what direction to go in teaching, and I hear specifically at school, have faith that it's going to come about. So this is that return of someone close to your heart. There could be issues of children, child care. A lot of you, you're weighing some heavy decisions, heavy responsibilities right now in relationship. Some of you, I feel like it has to do with who gets the children, what is the, that's interesting. This could be an earth sign with a lot of fire also in their chart. So, yeah, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But for many of you, it's saying, how can you ground your creations? Get, that King of Wands energy gets things done in the world, plays in the world creatively. So many of you, what's coming through from the oversouls and spirit, the spirit guides, the spirit guides are saying, believe in yourself and your creations and what you want to do. And the oversouls are saying, it's time for you to get your work out there, to take a chance. Some of you, I want to say, okay, it's the male energy, so it's people that either have a lot of male or masculine energy, or it's the men out there. Come on, guys, get it together. Stop being so fearful. Have faith. Believe in true love. Believe in, oh my God, wow, okay. Believe in yourself. And I'm telling you, some of your work is contingent on relationships. You're either working with someone, or there's some things that you're to do in the world. And some of you are being fearful, stubborn, not good enough. You're not wanting to play a bigger game. Listen, this is Kether. This is crown chakra. This is spirit. It's saying, old game ended. New beginnings. New game is here. Come on, people. Get with people that believe. There's so much online right now. Get your support and get out of the funk. This is saying some people are too much in their mind. We have to, I've been doing this high vibes for manifestation, whether it's love and abundance. It's a month-long program that I'm doing. If you want information about it, you can go to awakeningspodcast@gmail.com, or go to my website, soulplayground.live. But it's all about keeping our vibrational frequency up to draw in or manifest what we want, to draw it in, to open. So I'm really into this right now. I'm doing it with my peeps, but I'm doing it for me too, because I can get in here, loop thoughts, go round, around and round, or not believing as well. I've been there. So right now, a lot of people are learning to master the mind and the emotions, the emotional body, to handle the emotional body, to up-level emotionally, so that the emotions don't swamp out the passion. When we're too stuck in our head, or it's swampy, in the emotions, the emotional body, look, if this energy wants to come through, it's saying, look, you need to get out there. Make the call, do the email. Those of you that are waiting on someone, especially if it's a twin soul experience that you feel you're having, that you're involved in that, or the return of someone, just hold them near, work with visualization to connect in and move forward. Move into your passion. I know sometimes it's hard to, but get the support, whether friends or readings, like this and the other ones. And get into your own creativity of what do you need to manifest? What do you want to bring into the earth? What's your passion? Go back to your passion. Have faith that it's going to work out. Some of you already, I feel with this, also the Eight of Wands here, you are drawing in that connection very quickly. So major changes, Doth is saying 6 months for everyone. 6 months, major changes. And I believe that puts us, I was doing some channeling yesterday in the teleworkshop, and I was getting October is a big cycle for a lot of people, October, November. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's go to, where are we at? 3. Okay, so we're getting 4. Okay, so we've got, oh, this is interesting. Okay, so 6, 7, 6. Boy, I'm kind of got spacey right there. I'm channeling the energy. Ah. All right, so here we go from understanding. So we went to wisdom, to understanding, and now we're to mercy. Where are we going to have grace and ease? What's going to help us keep on our path is trusting our intuition and connecting to the feminine aspect of our being. So some of you, it may be somebody very watery is going to be with this King of Wands, or somebody very intuitive, or somebody that's very creative. It's a great combination. So look for what's your match. Are you bringing the intuitive piece, and somebody is bringing the worldly piece, or bringing the fire, or are you balancing that within yourself? So what brings us into the area of mercy and having, which is Jupiter, where the ease is going to come in for everyone, is using the intuition and connecting into the feminine aspect of our being, lightening up, going more with the flow, because otherwise we're not going to be able to do this journey. It's a Knight of Pentacles. This is a big change. For some of you, this is the start of a 2.5 year cycle. Some of you, it's a 3 to 6 year cycle. Some of you, this is the next 6 years. You are going to be focused on grounding these energies, bringing in the relationship. Some of you, it's, your life partner, marriage, if the children are there. Some of you, again, it's the grounding. Some of you, it is you're going back to school, or you're still you're in school, and you've got longer, and it's about grounding the energies of this change because your change in frequency, you're aligning to your deeper truths, right? So there can be areas, it's areas to learn, but also it's areas that we get help. Jupiter is here. There's help here. This is how and where to apply forgiveness. This is what we gain. So we can't go further unless we forgive, unless we get this is Kuan Yin. This is Tara. This is Kuan Yin. This is compassion. This is, this is, I love you and I'm compassionate with you because I've made these mistakes, and sometimes even worse. And I know how hard it is to stay on the earth plane. I know how hard it is to be here sometimes. And I can feel your pain. I don't want to go through this anymore, right? 8 of Cups, I don't want to go through this anymore. I want to have a new beginning with you. And some of you are saying this to another person, and some of you are saying this to yourself. I don't want to go through this anymore. I've been through this enough, and I love myself, and I have compassion for myself where I've been, right? But if we're going to go further in life, if we're going to keep on keeping on, I always call the Knight of Pentacles the keep on keeping on. It's the keep on keeping on. It's it's the earth plane. You don't get more earthy than one step in front of the other. He's not racing. He's got the pinnacle. The wisdom here is that, and the mercy is where there's lightness, is that we have further to go. Wherever you are on your path, you have further to go. There's always more to go, unless you're checking out, right? I mean, we're here, and then you just come back and redo it. So you might as well complete the cycle. But he's focused on manifestation. Some of you are in the middle of building something up, a career, a job. This is saying patience. But the letting go of the past, to me, is forgiveness. Forgiveness is putting the past in the past and understanding how people can hurt us because of their wounding. They're living out of the wound. They're in the egoic mind. They're fearful. And so for some of you, this is going to require some patience, some letting go, some forgiving yourself. Some of you I'm hearing, oh my God, why did it take so long for me to get this? Why is it taking so long? You know, or why did I blow it? Why did I do this? Forgive yourself. You're human. You're having this human plane. It's much different when we incarnate. Looks a lot easier. I can tell you that for sure. So, drinking my little decaf Americano. Speaking of very earthy, coffee beans. So this, look at the plushness. Those of you that feel like, oh God, how much longer? Spend time in nature, take a break. I don't care if it's a staycation, get in your backyard. Those of you that have a deck, go lay on the deck. Connect more with the trees. Trees, the standing people, represent time. You know, they have the rings. How do we know how old a tree is by the rings around them. They're able to be very patient. So trees, meditating with trees, doing an open eye meditation with trees will help you. I actually do have a meditation, an open eye meditation. I don't know if it's on my website, but it's on iTunes, and I believe there might be some meditations in the YouTube channel. But some of you know how to do that. You know, connecting in and feeling that oneness between you and the tree. And so allow the trees, to support you, the roots, the earth roots. Do meditation, chakra meditations, grounding through the sacral and the root. Go to the base. Go into what we call the root star, deep into the earth, before you extend. So this is saying grounding will help, drinking more water, being around water, compassion, love, letting your heart guide you. You know, forgiveness, but using the intuition to discern. The Queen of Cups is not a, marshmallow. She, even though she's watery in nature and connecting in, maybe Pisces, maybe some of you listening are, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, or you have that in your chart predominantly, or maybe that's someone that you're dealing with or working with. It's very watery, very intuitive. Maybe you're saying, how do I connect with these people? Well, all the water signs, even though they're watery and like to merge, they take their time and they really feel things out. So if you have a lot of water in your chart, you're not doing things that fast anyway. You've really got to feel it out. So this is saying learning to feel your way through your feeling experience, and this is going to help you. Okay, whether it's in the relationship that I'm seeing for some of you, or is it in the okay, let's go to 5 here. So this represents how and where to reduce. Oh, what do you got to reduce? What do you got to let go of? Sacrifice. This is counting the losses. Some of you are literally moving. Maybe a job that you had that you did, I feel like you didn't quite, wasn't your expectations, relationship. But this is also 6 of Swords, is also things are being cleared up. So you're cutting out the clutter. Some of you are actually decluttering. You're cutting out the clutter. You're connecting more to the High Priestess, to your intuition. What's the card? We've got the Magician. From the Fool goes to the Magician, goes to the Priestess. The magic, okay? The King of Wands works with magic as well. The Good Works is about magic, making magic materialize. But this is saying it's going to help you cut your losses if you see the spiritual perception. Look at the spiritual perspective, okay? Some of you, again, 6 of Swords has a lot to do with communication and clearing the mind. So this, again, is saying some of you are going to have that great conversation you need to. The air is going to be clear. You were in choppy waters. There's some clarity there. It's saying get clarity for yourself. How are you going to get clarity? Is through the intuition, through feeling it out, through working with the High Priestess energies of the High Priestess. But you've got to bring a calm. So what needs to get cut, what needs to get eliminated is worry and chatter and focusing too much on the outer world. Okay, trust the etheric plane. Trust what you all are feeling. Some of you are feeling this coming together, that it's all coming together. Some of you are recognizing it came together. I'm not yet seeing a falling apart. I'm seeing more of a turning away from something. But I'm not, we'll see what the reading holds, but psychically I'm really getting There might be some dissolving, there might be some boundary issues, whether personal or work, but I'm not yet seeing, we'll see, anything, dissipating too much. So this is where the loss is. This is the gains. What do you gain? You gain a lot of power. You get, when you forgive and you let go, you get more spiritual energy. You get to keep moving on. But some of you have to release some things. Some of you have to get some clarity either with another person or with yourself. And be honest, right? Now we go into the center, Tippereth. This is, oh my gosh, okay. This represents love, balance, and relationships. And what do we have here? We have all this, and then we have the Five of Pentacles and the Devil. But my guides are saying, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. This is symbolizing, again, worrying and feeling that you're not wanted or you're being cast aside or rejected. This, yes, for some of you it is get out of those toxic relationships. Or I feel some of you, because we have the 3 here, may have somebody that you are interested in or love, and they're in a toxic relationship, or the work relationship is toxic, or some of the people that you're working with from over here are acting out of their wounding. That's what toxicity is the wounding. So somebody could have there could be some addiction issues here, because I want to speak to everybody. I am hearing the over drinking, let go of that. Find another outlet to deal with your emotions. Don't do it overly in the bottle. Don't do it in the overly working out. So there is that. But the devil is lived backwards, right? It's ruled by Capricorn. We know this. It's very earthy. But the devil has to do with learning to play the earth game, right? So it's a game changer. So this is saying, what is the love of our creations, right? This has to do with relationships and the way to bring about love, beauty, harmony, and balance. That's Tippereth. That's the 6th sphere on the Tree of Life. The way to bring it about is to help and to heal and to serve. Help each other. Come from the space of being helpful, being insightful. Where can you help? Where can you show up and serve? Know that you're learning to manifest this, but there's a part of you that doubts. So some of you, I feel the devil for you is the doubting that you can manifest what you want. Doth is saying the unknown is faith. You have to put your faith in the unknown or unseen, the etheric plane. So some of you, your love is manifesting. For some, it's codependency, but you're turning the corner. You're saying, I don't want this anymore. And some of you that are in a relationship, because some of the cards of the 5 of Pentacles shows 2 people feeling cast out. This is one person. So for this reading is to say you might be on your own right now, but you're not alone. And to look at the earth plane more as a game, a soul playground. I know it's hard when we're going through difficult things. I know there are deep, deep challenges of loss. It's really can be challenging here, to horrible, to tragic. I really do understand that. And if you are in that place, you need to get the support and the help that's best for you. Not just online, but I would say by phone or in person, with a person that can really connect with you. Some of you, I feel, your addictions and you're addicted to people or obligations that don't serve you are keeping you tied in your fear, and that's blocking you from love. Some of you, I feel, you've actually had offers of love, and your insecurity and your lack of self-esteem, or you've blocked it. Some of you, I feel that you've had offers, business or work-wise, where you could be in a much better environment, and you're blocking that out of ego. So the devil, because it's earthed, it's about the material plane. So we got to learn how to play in this, but not let the materialism take over. So that's what the devil is saying. Are you letting the materialism take over? And also, are you tied to the earth plane in such a way where you're kind of grumpy or hating it? Oh, God. Oh. So you're losing the Fool energy, the connection to the magic, the mystery, the High Priestess, right? That energy coming in. You're losing the spark the magic. And it happens to all of us. We lose that when we go through difficult times, right? Some of you, I feel it's money issues or worries that you think you're not good enough for a relationship. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Some of you feel that because you're not where you want to be financially, you can't have love in your life. And that's just a lie. That's a self-punishing lie. That has nothing to do with the right person will work. See, we're meant to partner up, everybody. We're meant to prior. Where two or more are gathered, I am there. We get more done. It's more fun with two or more. I mean, it's great to be on your own. I love, my alone time, on my own time. But I love being with a partner. I love being with friends. I love being with family. I love connecting with all you. Love doing my podcast. So it's not about, asceticism and going to the Himalayas or going to some cave. That doesn't make you more spiritual or better. Or to cut off from what you really want or who you love because you're going through a bad time, a hard time. You don't want someone to see you like that? If Spirit has put some magical helpers in your life, some people that are very empathetic, look at this. Mercy. Some of you have been sent a woman in your life that really cares about you and is empathetic and that sees what you're going through. Some of you, it's a man, whatever. It's somebody that's connected to their intuition. So whether you're a guy, an amazing guy has been brought into your life, or a woman, an amazing woman's been brought into your life, or a man, that amazing woman has been brought in, or a woman, that amazing man has been, and he's connected to his intuition. He knows what you're going through, he or she. They know, they can see, they can feel. If they're not walking away, then obviously you deserve that gift, right? Some of you, you're blocking the career, you're not giving yourself the time to put into form some of the things that you really want to do. So how can you turn the devil from being tied to the material plane, tied to obsessing, from being tied, whatever's tying you, it doesn't matter. The details don't matter. Those of you that are listening to this, you know what you're tied to. Is it worry thoughts? Are you tied to this and feeling lack and limitation and thinking you're not worthy to have love? Now, love is abundance. Okay, love is everything. Love is the binding, it's the unifying and binding principle of the universe, right? And it is the manifestation of spirit, one of them. And so metaphysically say what we're integrating is love, light, and wisdom. It all comes from source energies. So some of you are blocking it by your perception. Whether it's love, having what you want, creations you love, a life you love, a person you love, people you love in your life, a job you love, you're blocking it. You're not letting yourself do the steps. Some of you, there's an interim job position you're not taking because you're thinking, oh, this is not what I want this. But you're in a place where you're stagnating. Some of you are stagnating. You literally are isolating. You don't have a support group or a group of friends to pal around. One of the things, because the devil is also ruled by Pan, right? The god Pan, which rules Capricorn. And Dionysus, right? The god of drink and merriment. We are meant to have a good time. I don't care if it's your wine or your beer or your kukicha tea or green tea or your vegan banana bread or zucchini bread or whatever, barbecue, whatever. That's a form of spirit in physical form. When we get together, look at the drummers, especially in Africa, right? Or the cumbia, the dancing. That's where cumbia and salsa. We get together with weddings, right? We celebrate. We're meant to celebrate sometimes how difficult things are. What do you think songs are about? Or the blues, right? The hymnals, the chanting, the Sanskrit chanting, the coming together and drum and moving. Where I live, Santa Monica and Marina Del Rey, I'm in that area, the west side, we have drumming some Saturdays, but every Sunday. You can hear the drumming at the beach. People coming together to celebrate. Sometimes it's to celebrate, to shake something off. Sometimes it's just coming together, and letting the drum, which represents the heartbeat of us all, and the heartbeat of Mother Earth. So some of you are living too dry, and that's why you overindulge in whatever you overdo. So you're meant to have a little Dionysus, you're meant to have some party or whatever, however you term that. Joy with people, to celebrate, to come together, to that's where panic or pandemic comes from. When do we panic? When there's too much of this energy bottled up, we have anxiety. But when we come together in groups and we share, and maybe it's I don't know, spiritual center dance or whatever. I love EDM, so I love going out and dancing and just, I'm to the left of the DJ speaker. That's where I'm at. Dance 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. So we're meant to move. This is about moving things physically. So some of you need to do more physical movement. You're bottled up inside, and your release is sitting at home, maybe drinking or worrying or saying or withdrawing from people. Okay? So some of you are withdrawing too much. Okay, the cave is good. We've got it over here. It's good to go to the underworld. Get your Persephone energy. Go in within. But when you're staying there because you don't want to get hurt anymore, you're just staying there out of fear, you're tied to the material plane in a non-life enhancing way. So Pan is the fool. The Pan is the Pied Piper playing the little flute, right? Come with me, let's dance. It's the elemental energy, right? It's hey, we're on the earth plane. Have some cherries, eat some strawberries. Let's run along the beach, jump in the water. Look at the trees, lay in a hammock, roll on the grass. Are you doing that? Whether you have a job, you're playing. It's the soul playground. So some of you, this is about lightening up, and it's also about if you are going through tough times financially, emotionally, feeling that lack, can you reach out to some people and just have a little party, little potluck? Can you maybe start your own meditation group? Or we have people starting to, that have awakenings groups, where people that are awakening, which by the way supports with the agate. It has to do with awakening to your true nature. So I don't know, could we start with one friend, 2 people? Can you go out? I mean, everybody can afford tea or something, or everybody brings something, or you get some fruit, right? Put some great music on, right? Do some movement, have a yoga party. But this is saying you clearly stop blocking love, because love is not just through one person. It's through friends and family and people. We love through our creations. We choose, hopefully, a career or a job we love. We feel fulfilled. So this Tipperith is also about fulfillment. It's about love relationships, but it's about fulfillment. How do we feel? This is the psychological realm. This is the spirit realm. This is the psychological realm. So this tells me the devil is only in your mind. Okay? We free up our mind when we have compassion. When we connect in beyond the mind into our higher mind or divine mind, when we get into higher levels of consciousness, right? When we get into infinite mind. Wow, beautiful. I can feel that, some of you. And so, we're all on this path to get, there's representation for all of us here. So, there's nobody on a pedestal. So, just know that. So here's the 7th. This is feelings. Oh, wow. Look at that. Beautiful. So this has to do with feelings, harmony. This can be the area of drawing in relationships, desires, emotions, and goals. What do you desire? 14, new pathways. Breaks down to a 5. You want balance in your life. You want a path. Many of you listening to this, watching this, you want a path that is not only much more balanced, but brings that 5 energy, creativity, dating, fun, romance. You want that in your life. Whether you're with somebody, you want to bring the romance in. But what's going to do with the feelings? So some of you are coming out of this block. Maybe you're watching this and you're going, oh, I'm already doing this. Okay, great. Some of you after this, you're going to be, wow, hey, I'm on earth plane. It's okay to have these earthly delights. I just got to temper it. So what are you feeling? I got to temper this. I got to temper my worry thoughts. I got to temper the overindulging. but I do have to partake of fun. I do have to have fun on the earth plane. You know, this is not the 1800s or 500 years ago, or 500 AD where, you know, you're in the monastery, okay? I'm not getting anybody is in that realm. So you don't really need to be just wearing a saffron robe and having a little cup and saying alms for the poor. You know, you don't need to do that. So some of you, the feeling is connect with your passion. This is the spark of spirit. This is connecting with that spirit, you know, fuel. Call it spirit-fueled, soul-led. And it is bringing balance. You want that harmony. The balance is also the infinity sign, so it's connecting more to your higher self. That's what you're all feeling. You're in your next level of awakening. Many of you watching this, you're feeling more connected to the spirit realm, and particularly the etheric part. You're feeling, I know what's coming in. I'm freeing up so I can have this love, this abundance, this unifying energy, this binding energy. What we draw things to us through love in various degrees. The more we love something or someone, we say to the universe, this is what I want. And we either draw it in or a facsimile. We draw in a similar, but it has to have that resonance. It has to have that desire. So this is saying, purify your desires, but live your passion. Connect more with your passion. This is also saying new beginnings. Some of you, this clarifying or communication is going to be immediate. Some of you had already started in the spring, is what I'm hearing. Temperance also brings in the idea. It's not just about us. It's about balancing our time with other people. So some of you are feeling you need this balance. Some of you are feeling you're drawing in a relationship, and how do I balance it with the rest of my life? You just will. You make it happen through passion. You make it happen. So someone's igniting you. Whoever's coming in, for those of you that are tuning into this in regards to a relationship, and it's eminent, and it's saying don't over-define it. Just start to have fun, connect, have your vision, know that, but let it unfold. This isn't anything fast. Let it unfold. Don't freak yourself out. People freak each other out so much, especially in relationship. They're, it's got to be this way and that way. I used to be like that in my 20s, late 20s. Did I in my 30s? Maybe a little bit in my early 30s. But I kind of now look, it's a gift, okay? Whatever people that come in our life, sometimes it's a gift in learning. It's a wound mate, but there's always something to be gained. And this temperance says that. You know that. And again, we got this in some other readings that I did. It's a tempering. It comes from your higher self. The test that you think you're going through right now, or you feel you're going through, or you are going through, however you want to look at it, is all coming from you. It's coming from your higher self. It's not coming from something or someone outside you. You're being tempered to see, are you ready to go to the next level? This is the test. Can you play in these realms without getting overly tied to it? So many of you the test is from your higher self. Can you forgive and move on? Can you have compassion for yourself, other people that screwed you over, or if you screwed somebody else over, okay. You might have done it intentionally, but you did it because you were wounded. You were acting out of the ego, not out of Kether. You were not acting, you weren't trusting. Doth, you weren't trusting. So we've all done stuff that we're not so proud of. Move on. Bring it into your creativity. Bring it into your creations. All right, so that's the 7th. And the 8th represents thought, speech, integrity, self-esteem, and form. Ooh, okay, so we've got, again, a lot of fire. But we've got the King of Cups here. And we've got the Brother Fire, which is the Page of Fire. So again, Page of Fire, this is movement. This is also communication or clearing the air as well. And this is the 8th place, which I didn't go into. So Tippereth is beauty, victory, Nitzach, which I love, is the Elohim. The Elohim are the angelic beings, energy beings that test, that work with our feeling, with our feeling. They also have to do with, helping us drawing in or manifest what is of the collective blueprint, what is coming from the blueprint of the soul, as well as the collective blueprint or collective souls, right? So honor, Hod, Archangel Raphael, Mercury, communication. So some of you, again, the communication is going to bring healing. Some of you are actually going to be communicating with Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, or somebody with a lot of water in their chart. Some of you, it's going to be in regards to work situation, maybe a project, and it's going to be moving forward, and that's also here. You're feeling it, like you're impassioned for this project. Some of you, you're impassioned for a person. Some of you, it may be somebody that has held their feelings back and now they're actually going to open up to you. Some of you, it may be you're opening up to yourself about what you really want. The King of Cups is also the healer and the therapist, the counselor. I don't know if you hear that. I've got my back door open where my office is, and somebody's, I don't know, on their little horn. Anyway, sorry about that if you're hearing it. But I'm in a flow, so it's not pulling me off. So, or there could be a combination of fire, water. Now, you've noticed that we've had a few combinations with the fire and the water. So it's saying when we have that, it's like, don't get so watery or swampy that you put your fire out. Some of you, you need to travel to the etheric plane. You need to get into the intuition, right? But then not so much that you're not grounding it. So some of you, it is working, really balancing your emotions and your actions, okay? Now, since this has to do with thought and speech, it's ruled by Mercury. It's the Beni Elohim, right? This is the Malachim, which is the sun, which again, when we focus on love, we draw more to us. When we feel more love in our life, we feel more abundance. When we allow love in, we start drawing more to us, no matter what our circumstances are. If financially we're not doing so well, or maybe we you live in a country, you're living, at a certain level, and you're like, well, I don't have all these things. But when you have love, you have everything. Love is the binding, attracting force. It's the unifying force. It binds and it attracts. So the more we recognize love, which is also having gratitude, the more we draw in. And that's what it's the, Malachim, it's the sun, it's the mediating energy we use to see love. So going back to Hod. Honor. So communication, expect communication to clear things up, and have boundaries, but be open, be loving, be kind, be aware, use your intuition, use your feelings. Vibes don't lie. Vibe it out to see, what's this person really saying to me? Are they saying the truth? What are they really coming from their heart? Feel it out. Is this the right job for me? If this is an opening, it gets me moving. Some of you are closed to receiving input and insight, and you're going, and I've been there before. You think you know it, and your ego. This says you don't necessarily know it. Your past lives are affecting the situation. That's Doth. This is what it's come to tell you. Hey, everybody. The past is part of your future, part of your present and your future. You're creating your future or drawing it in, but it's full circle. It's also your past. Some of you, it's a person returning from the past, people returning from the past, a career move that returns you to what you were doing in the past. So you have to have faith. It's not in your egoic control. It's not consciously, you don't know what's returning. Some of you have an idea, but the past is affecting the present right now. And so, hence, the water, being connected to the emotions, but not dunked into the emotions, right? And Page of Wands, some of you, again, there is some movement. For some, it could be a move. Some, I feel the movement goes back to here, is the clarity. And it's new, it's beginning, okay? So again, this ties us back into the Knight of Pentacles. It's beginning. The journey is you're in the middle of it, it's ongoing, you're recognizing, and some of you it's actually beginning. Okay, so here we have, why do I have my ancient coral ring here? Because this is the purifying. This is, does it get manifested or not? This is going to be for some of you. This is Malkuth. This is the physical manifestation, the kingdom. This is Yesod. It's Archangel Gabriel. It's the Eshim. It's the moon. It's the purifying. It's the subconscious. It's the shadow. This tells us what we need to work on. Holding our energies back. Over striving. It's draw it in. Getting clear. Getting decisive. Right? So what needs to be purified is, again, our thoughts and our actions. Do we just act to get things done because we don't like the ambiguity? We don't like hanging out in doth, in the void over here, the unknown. We don't like the unpredictability of life. So the ninth place represents influences from the past, memories, imagination, could be illusions. It's what supports or blocks the situation. It's what supports or blocks the situation. So striving blocks the situation. Those of you that are striving and struggle, that's blocking you. Pull it back. Pull your expectations back. If it's financial issues or struggles, see what you can let go of. Maybe for some of you it's selling stuff. It's getting rid of stuff. Some of you it's moving more into maybe bartering. Some of you might need to get another job or get some kind of assistance. Some of you, it may be a new job altogether, or doing what you need to do to release the struggle, the strife. Also, Five of Wands to me is persistent effort. So we do need to have persistent effort on the earth plane. Everything, I don't care if you're working out, you don't just go to the gym and the muscles appear. You have to have effort. So again, this is a big card from Spirit. The message is, hey everyone, you're playing in the earth plane. This is the soul playground. What are you wanting to manifest? Oh, a lover? A soulmate? Oh, the twin flame, the twin soul? Oh, okay. Patience, time, stick with it. Okay. Stop pushing and struggling. Stop trying to do it in a egoic way, material. Can you bring the principles, the spiritual principles to bear in your manifestation? Like visualization, meditation, mindfulness, harnessing the subtle energy through meditation, and then using that. Shakti Gawain years ago, a classic, create a visualization. Can you do mind mastery? Work with your mind. Oh, maybe you need to ride your bike or run, or maybe you need to meditate. Maybe you need to do something physical to release the energy, to get the clarity. Father Wind, King of Swords. Some of you, the King of Swords is holding you back. Some of you, it is a person that you're tied to, or that is out of the picture, or needs to be. Some of you, you're cutting off. You're not allowing this King of Cups energy, right? King of Cups, King of Hearts, right? You're not allowing the heart energy to come into your relationships out of fear, or out of your job, out of your decisions. You're trying to make your decisions from the mind, right? So this is saying don't cut off. This is a beautiful energy, right? Ruled by, Mercury. It's saying work with the mind. What's blocking us is the mind. So many of you have done a lot of emotional clearing, repatterning. You're open for a relationship. You're open for a better job, better career. You're seeing abundance. But the mind has been lagging. Now you got to work on the mind, the mental realm. You worked on the emotional realm. Many of you worked on the spiritual realm. You're at a new spiritual level. You're connecting more to your soul. There's a turning point spiritually. But the mind, right? So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or a preponderance of that in the chart, or someone that's the Fire of Wind, or the King of Swords can also be somebody that is one of the other elements, whether, King of Wands, King of Cups, male or female, right? Or King of Pentacles, whatever, that's too cut off. So we want to analyze, but this is saying that what's blocking, what's supporting or blocking. For some of you it is be open to the intuitive, let your heart lead, and then bring in logic and reason. So blending head and heart. Some of you, it's saying, you know, look at the facts. Some of you, this is studying. You are studying something. You're analyzing a lot. You know, you're. Some of you, I feel workshops. Some of you could be school, higher learning, college, acupuncture school. There could be where you're using your mind a lot. That's the yellow is the mental realm, right? Sixth chakra. And it could be that you're struggling and striving to make some decisions. This says it's blocking. So what do you need to purify? What do you need to let the blood release from? You know, what's the purification to get to that, to bring in the fire so that you can manifest what it is you want in this 10th sphere. This is the 9th sphere. Shift it, reframe the 5 of Wands. Reframe struggle and striving or strife to persistent effort. You just need to persist. You just need to persevere. But not struggle, not get into strife, okay? Yes, intellect is great. You need to analyze, you need to talk, you need to communicate, but not overly. So some of you, this is what's blocking, okay? This is what's blocking this. These are working together. Now we've got the kingdom, Malkuth, the Sandalphon. This is the element of earth, and it's the divine name is Adonai Melech. Oh, wow. Look at this, you guys. This is so beautiful. What do you get? Are your dream, is what you want going to come true? Yes, and I've got my turquoise ring, another Tibetan ring, Tibetan turquoise, because one of these stones that represents or symbolizes the earth is turquoise, for Turtle Island. So, what do you manifest? A new direction, the world. So, this to me, that trust and belief, whatever your path is on, if you make these adjustments, and some of you have already made them or in the process, you're going to have a complete change of circumstances. And the world card to me, always, there's two people there. You're going to get what you need. You're going to get what you need mentally, emotionally, as far as your passion and your desires, and physically and monetarily. So for some of you, this means there is increase in monies for you, okay? Some of you, now this is a general read, but I'm seeing this for sure the month of July, and what I was getting was a 3 to 6 month period. This is kind of an over. If you take the concepts and what I'm sharing, the insights and the information that I'm sharing, the arch of it is 2.5 to 3 years. Elements of this will be, but that means you could have the relationship. For some of you, you know, maybe you're dating or living together, engaged or marriage, and working with, there's children. Some of you going back to school. You know, if you're listening to this, and some of you, it's you're in school or about to graduate, and you're going on your own direction. So, the collective read extends out to that, but on a closer timeline, it's from now to 6 months. This will be active. Or for some of you, it's already happening, and it's definitely that 3 weeks to 3 months. Okay, so you get what it is that you want. You get a complete change of circumstances. You get the world, right? And some of you that are asking about relationship, you are that person's world, and they're your world. They're representing something that you need to integrate. All relationships are a call for balance from the soul. They're a call for integration. And we draw in people that have elements of what's not yet developed within us. Okay, so it's not so much that we complete each other, where we come to relationship whole, but we balance each other. We complement each other. We're not completing, but we're complementing. So somebody may be very analytical, and they're drawing in someone that's more intuitive. So that means that the one that's more intuitive needs to integrate some of the analytical energy, and the one that's more analytical needs to integrate some of the intuitive energy, right? Somebody's very fiery, then maybe they need to also integrate some of the water, some of the intuitive, or maybe, more feeling nature. And this goes cross. It's not just those, but okay, so So again, page of win. This means decisions are going to be made that change your life direction, change your relationship. I really feel with some of you, it is about children, how to deal with the children in the best way. Because I'm going to be honest. I mean, I used to teach school, and also as a soul coach, therapist, transpersonal therapist, psychologist, transpersonal psychologist, all the modalities. What I have seen, when parents aren't happy, kids aren't happy. And if you're overindulging the kids and they're not having boundaries or learning to be independent or interdependent, have enough dependence on mom and dad in the family situation, but they're not independent, they end up in my office. And they're like, oh, and years later, they're like, well, my parents never made me do this, or I didn't learn how to do this. So there's a balance in that. But if, again, children learn, we all do, not just children, but we all learn by modeling. And when you're growing up, when parents are self-sacrifice, or one parent, especially if you come from a narcissistic background, one parent's narcissistic or over, borderline, and I mean, and there's this codependency, that gets transferred to the kids. That's what they see. That's how love is. So overindulging anybody, whether it's ourselves, one of the lessons of mastery, self-mastery, is not letting your mind do whatever it wants, because it's pulling from the collective mind, pop culture, everything. And self-discipline. That's what to be disciple. If you look at when we become a disciple on the path, after we go through our initiation and we go through a certain gateway, we become a spiritual disciple. Not to anyone or anything, but disciple means discipline. We have the discipline to do what we need to do. We listen to the higher self, right? Temperance, the little self and the higher self. We can see the outer self. The little self seems little, but look at it. It's rungs and rungs and rungs and rungs, or concentric circles in the subtle energy. So the best thing that we can do is show is to show our children or the children around us, hey, sometimes it takes hard work, but you can do it. You can do the hard. You can do it. You can manifest. You can put in the work, have the foundation, and then things can start happening for you. It doesn't have to come all the time from mom or dad, or mom and dad and dad, whatever. It doesn't have to come, you can do it. You make your creations. When children see us artistic, doing our art, having love in our life, having healthy relationships, then they learn, I can have healthy relationships. But if we're in a relationship or family situation that's not healthy and is toxic, that's what you're stamping, by osmosis, you're imbuing the toxicity into the children, and they're going to repeat the pattern. Very hard. We're patterns of energy. Look at sacred geometry. We are patterns of energy. That's what we are. We express and experience out of these patterns of energy. We have personalities, but we're patterns. We're cyclical. We connect and express through the moon cycles, through all cycles, all the planetary cycles. So I want to just say that to some of you, you're blocking your own goodness out of some kind of sacrifice, self-sacrifice, but it's really the fear. It's your fear of living and your fear of love, fear of having abundance, having the life you really want, fear of getting out there. So some of you have a fear of getting out there, fully jumping in and going, hey, this is me. But we can't attract our new level, our next level. We can't attract how we really are if we're hiding ourselves from our friends, our family. Now, sometimes you're in situations it's not safe to do that, okay? So you have to wait till you leave. But get with people, at least online, that you can be yourself with, right? If you're in situations, family situations, whether partner, husband, wife, relationship, or you're, the sibling and and it's, there's bullying and things like that going on, just know how beautiful you are and that you're meant to be here, and get the support, the in-person support, get this online support. Clear the air for you. Like, you can say in your own mind, hey, these people are, they're acting out. You can't fight against them if it's in the family, unless, child protective service. There's things that you can do. Boy, somebody's needing to hear this, because this is really coming through on the earth plane, on the earth. And the 10th sphere indicates the way the situation is expressing at this time. This is the physical aspects of the situation. Now, it's up to you to choose what fits for you. There's more than one possible meaning on the earth plane, right? This manifests as it goes through the tree of life, as it goes through each sphere, the energies of it manifests. So some of you, it's speaking up, speaking your mind, it's getting clarity, it's the beginning stages of the Page of Wind, Page of Swords. It's getting that clarity, it's getting that insight, and that and having those conversations. I keep hearing about conversations, but getting clear with yourself that you are manifesting what you want. And you're helping those of you that are teachers or parents, you're helping those around you. And those of you that are going for your dreams or saying, yeah, I still have this dream, but I'm reworking it, I updated it. I let go of these elements. This applies more. It's great for you, and it's great for all of those in your world. And it's great for the world in general. Because we're all helping co-create this new paradigm, the new emerging consciousness that's coming in, saying there has been a turning point. This is not just individual. This is the collective energies of the oversouls. There has been a turning point. There is now a new way. And so be confident, all of you. Be confident to say, I can still manifest what I want. I'm going to have the world, my world. I'm co-creating my world. And as I'm co-creating my world with more love, light, wisdom, more self-expression, more creativity, I'm affecting the whole world in a positive way. All right, I did promise clarifiers. And I'm hearing, because the reading is a bit long, I don't know how long it is. Ooh, we're getting long there. Okay, so let's look on, okay, so I'm hearing yes, no. Okay, I'm hearing, let's look. Because people like when I do some cards. It's getting a couple. I know this is long. This is a big, but part of it is there's a lot of, it's a collective reading. It's a general reading. Okay, so what are we going to see? What's coming in Kether? Are we going to? Okay. Wow, look at that. I love it. What's coming in from Spirit? Love. Positive possibilities, a new emotional experience, more love. What is that Uranus and Taurus bringing on the earth plane? More love, right? Love, light, wisdom, information. It's all love. So wow. Okay, so here we go. So that, for some of you, it is that love relationship. There's going to be a demonstration of this. You're at a new level. Okay, you're having deep spiritual insights. There is a fulfillment on a romantic level for some of you. It's happening. And I read this as timing. Cups for me are the summer months. Okay, wisdom, 10 of Michaels. Okay, so what are you guys releasing? Again, what is being released? Wisdom. What are you learning about? What's your wisdom? What are you taking away? Don't overthink it. 10 of Swords also has to do with releasing family of origin, limiting beliefs. Okay, again, we're working with the mental realm, a generational transmission, so some of you are really leaving behind the limiting beliefs and ways of being, limiting ways of looking at the world, your perception, limiting negative perception. Okay, let's go to 2. I love it. Okay, so we've got here in Binah, right, the understanding. What do we understand? I can master. Right? Gabriel, it's energy. 2 of Wands. Mastering a situation, okay, bringing balance in, okay. Great things are possible. This also brings in relationship. Now look at this. This is why I love doing this kind of. Love it, love it, love it. 2 of Fire, which is 2 of Wands, 2 of Gabriel, which is 2 of Wands with the 8. What are you learning? To use your energy, harness it for what it is that you want. So what does that mean? Where are you placing your energy? Where you place your energy, that's what you draw in from Spirit. Spirit is saying, you got a big cup. Some of you that are coming from lack, get a big cup. I actually suggest find, I don't know, online or Goodwill or whatever, resale store. Maybe you have, I want you to get a cup that represents that you're open to receive, and place it on your altar, place it somewhere in your house where you do your meditations, or you can just look at it. And if you, and have the intention that you're opening your cup, you're bringing a bigger cup to receive more. This is, what a confirmation here. The Wands. Two of Wands brings in mastery, but it brings in partnerships, equal partnerships, okay? Okay, I want to do from the middle. We're going to do Doth, and what does the middle bring? Again, Wands. Queen of Wands. Change, transformation, complete change, and being more out there in the world, and being more fiery, being more passionate. So that's what the unknown is bringing for you, and it's the feminine aspect of fire, okay? For some, it is actually going to be a person, or people. Maybe you're attracting a lot of Leos that get things done. Some of you, it is about your art. It's about getting out there in the world. Some of you, it's about taking a chance on love. Some of you, it's about taking a chance on career. Some of it's about taking charge of your life and saying, this is the direction I want to go in. This is what I want to create. I'm a creator of my life. I'm co-creating here with my higher self. I'm co-creating with Spirit. So some of you, it is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or somebody with a lot of fire. But I feel like right now, because this is Doth, this to me is representing the actualizing part of you. Everyone listening needs to move more into this energy. It's a part. Some of you are very connected to it. Some of you, especially earth signs, have been drawing more fiery people into your chart, that's interesting, a lot more fire in your chart, are drawing more fiery people in to help you get things done. Because water signs, or with the predominance of water, you can get too inward, too kind of Neptunian, airy-fairy, or too into the emotions and not get stuff done. Definitely air can not get things done because they get caught up too much in their head. Earth cannot get things done because they get inertia from staying in one place or one idea too long and trying to maintain and stabilize something. Fire, on the less life-enhancing aspect, can just go in too many directions, and then burns out. But we're all needing fire, and fire connects us to our passion. So the unknown, the support is the passion, okay? All right, so then we have here on Bina, understanding. What are we understanding? That everything's a balancing act on the physical plane, and how can we balance ourselves and our relationships? And also expect change. Expect changes. You're getting a new level. Your world is changing. All of you, your world is changing. You're drawing in more. Oh my God, I love it. Here we go. 8 of Gabriel, 8 of Wands. And it's in the understanding. Some of you are going to have a communication on some of you many levels. Some of you it's personal, where you're clearing the air. Some of you are drawing in that love relationship. These are arrows of love, messages of love, of a romantic level. But it's also handling a lot of things at once, right? And earlier I had gotten as the, let me put this card back here, the clarifier card over the reading was 10 of Wands. You got to learn how to balance when things start picking up. Maybe you get the relationship, you get the new job, you're moving, you get the career changes, you're going back to school, you meet somebody, boom, it's summer vacation, and now you're going to have to balance all that, but don't try to do it all at once. Let what's giving you passion right now, listen to your higher self. But for some of you, there's definitely a very important communication, clearing the air. Some of you, definitely amazing relationship coming in. Okay, let us go to 5. Severe. What are we letting go? 5 of Michael. Okay, 5 of Swords here. Okay. So what's not working, everyone? Negative expectations and worry. What's not working? Negative expectations and worry. Where do we apply reduction? What do we need to reduce? Worry. Negative expectations and worry. That's what we need to reduce. Okay, further from spirit. Okay. So, what do we need? Let's see. Ooh, oh my God. Yep. Okay. Then we've got. Oh gosh. No, 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 no. That's not right. Okay. What do we? I've got two there. I'm like so into this. Okay. So that's the 7th. Okay. So because we did. Let's go to the 6th. I want to do the 7th. For some reason, I'm getting the message. What brings relationship? Okay, they're telling me. Okay, they're wanting me to do it this way. Equal partnerships. Look for equal partnerships. Look for equal partnerships. Be open to equal partnerships and be willing to receive as well as give. Open to receive. That's going to shift this energy. And obviously, it's after the 5 of Pentacles, it's the 6th. Okay, now I'm getting the message to go over here to the 7th sphere, which is feelings, desires, emotions, and accomplishments. And they're saying how, and to pick another card, how to shift that 5. Okay, what do we need to do? What are we feeling? Some of you are feeling despondent. You're feeling negative, like it's not going to happen. Again, it's the mental realm. It's not so, because look at you've got here. So what are the feelings right now for some of you, and how do you shift that? Well, there it is. By opening. The 2 of Cups also has to do with our relationship to ourself and our higher self. So it is about opening up to more soulmate relationships, and opening up to yourself, connecting to your own higher self. Okay? So some of you, what you're feeling is love. Somebody has not only piqued your interest, some of you are deeply in love, or there's really true love here. This is the soulmate card. It's also the twin soul card, along with the 6 of Cups, the 2 of Cups. So some of you, we're talking about soulmate, twin flame, twin soul relationships. Some of you, it's about you're feeling you want more fulfillment in your life. You want more collaboration. You want more love, even at work. You want to work with people that get you. The issue is that you have negative expectations. You don't think you can get it. Okay? So you can, though. Okay? Because this is saying when we focus on love and seeing the gain on what we're getting, or we say, look, I deserve to be in a better situation or a better relationship. I deserve to be in a better work situation or corporate, or I have to be here right now. Some of you can't make a change work-wise, or you're in something, or it's been challenging. Then you need to find areas where you can get your cup filled. And it's going to be from other people. It's love. Everything comes from source energies, right? Everything comes from the all that is, God, consciousness, the universe. That love is, for all of us, is coming through people. It's coming through a person. It's coming through relationships. So if you're not getting it at work and you don't have that fulfillment and you can't make a change there, then you need to up. Don't be a workaholic. This is also the card of the workaholic and what's blocking love. You can do it later. Some of you, I used to work incessantly. I had to, because I was building a business to a degree. But know when you've built something and it's time to focus on love. Let the love in. I mean, working is love too. It's a form of love, but this is emotional. This is emotional fulfillment. Let that in. Some of you are blocking it over here. And it's looking, blocking it by your negative expectations, doubt, worry, not good enough. Okay, 5 of Swords corresponds to 5 of Pentacles. Too much worry blocks the energy flow from Kether, from source, and you start having money worries and worries on the material plane. It moves from the mental realm to the material, or gets earthed. So if you're not doing well in your career, it doesn't sound logical, but what you need to do is fill up emotionally. Heal mentally. Do some meditation. Get a massage. You need to open to receive more. Go to places that raise your vibrational frequency. Go to places where you feel love, connection, inspiration, okay? Don't let that block. It's a feeling. Feelings don't necessarily manifest. They have to be tested. Energy doesn't necessarily manifest. So what is this 9? Here we go. The foundation, Yesod, Gabriel. Whoa, okay. Foundation, 8 of Michael, which is Ace of Swords, or Ace of Michael, Ace of Swords. Decisions. This is a testing time. Cut away things that are hindering your progress. Clear up communication. Here we go. You want to manifest this world. Clear up the communication, or be open when someone comes to clear it up with you. Get clear in your mind of what it is you want to do. What do you want to manifest, right? What do you want to draw in? What changes do you want to make? What next level to change your world? Whether it's relationship, or some of you it's the whole thing. It's a relationship, career, it's a move. Some of you it's a combination of that. Get clear on that, and then instead of worrying, use visualization. Envision. Use visualization and envision. Write out your negative thoughts, your doubts. Write them out in a journal. Get them out. Get them out of the mind. Clear the mind, and then focus on what it is you do want. Ace of Swords says this is a beginning. This is a new level of using your mind to draw in what you want. Get high vibes. Use your mind, your emotional energy. When we clear, we get an emotional energy this is why it's the purifying intelligence. We follow our passion, right? Here we go, 8. Communication. Okay, here we go. Now this is a powerful reading, you guys. Here we go. We've got another ace here. And what do we have? Ace of Wands, Ace of Gabriel. Just do it. Some of you have to call somebody, text, I don't care. What does it say? This is the sphere. I keep getting like house. It's the sphere, I'm getting excited, of thought, speech, integrity, self-esteem, and form. Do it. You have the passion. Pick up the phone, do the text, clear the air, move forward. Move forward. Let your passion guide you. If somebody is playing small, tell them, hey, I love you, I think you're great, let's do this, I'm moving forward on my path, co-creating, making things happen, love for you to be a part of it. If not, if we can only talk on the phone, whatever. Just be open to how things really are. That's a form of meditation. That's mindfulness. Accept how things are, because anyway, your world is changing. And those that are meant to be in your world will be in your world. You'll be able to draw them to you or back to you. Whether that's this lifetime or other lifetime, they're coming back. So, passion, pick up the phone, we've got the 3 elements here. After you've thought about it, you've done some healing, you've cleared the air. Oh, 2. Can you see? Two wands here. 2 fire. Okay, so that means a lot of you are doing some purifying. And what is manifesting? Oh, 2 cards wanted to come. You're going to love this. I love synchronicity in the readings. What's going to happen? You get the world by a leap of faith. Here we are with the Fool card. So here we go. Back on the cycle. We are cycles of energy. We have natural cycles. The seasons are cycles. Monthly cycles. Whether it's your moon time, menstruation. Even men have cycles. We have biorhythms. You get the world. You get gain. 9 of Ariel. 9 of Pentacles. You're independent, but in relationship. You're drawing in. Your 9 of Pentacles to me, it's also Virgo, so it's grounding. So that's even, of course, the World card is all the elements. But you have gained. You're gained. You're receiving. You're now receiving. Okay, because after the 9 comes the 10, right? The 10 of Pentacles. So you're receiving. You're receiving. You're having abundance. And the abundance is not just money. It's not just financial security or wealth. There's going to be more. More love for you. More love for some people. More relationship. More communication. More interconnectedness. More wisdom. More light. More clarity. Some of you, there is gain financially. Some of you, it's a better career. Some of you are changing, I hear, your major school-wise. So you're getting something that more suits you. And what does this do? We started with the Fool. and we end with the Fool. That leap of faith. We started with the Fool, we are on a new level, and it does bring us to that new level. So, Doth, the unknown, says this is destiny at play for many of you. You are going to transform. You are going to manifest your desires in such a way that there's great change in your life. Change that you like, that you feel gained. Now, I promised some people I would do for relationship. You see where we're going. There's a lot of cards here. Just going to finish it up with the romance cards. Okay, you see if anything comes out. What do anybody need to know that are listening? What kind of guidance in regards to relationship? Okay, well, we got children. So some of you, this has to do with children, also inner child work, to focus on children or the child within to have that love that you like. Some of you, you're wondering, what do I do with the kids? Whether it's a divorce, separation, you want to take care of the kids, you're taking the children into account. What I want to say is, if you're self-sacrificing for your children, you're doing them a disservice. You're not, being the martyr is not helping. You're showing your children what to expect in love, whether male or female. So they need to see mommy, daddy can have their own life and be fulfilled. If you're not showing that, again, children don't learn by what we tell them. They're learning by what are we showing them. You're showing them how to live their life by what you're picking. You know, one of the things that my dad said to me that impacted my life so much, I was at his work and we were on this little golf cart thing going around, and I was asking about some questions, and two things. One thing was that I was dating somebody that was actually, had a lot of wealth, financial, but I was working at the time. I think I was 17 years old. I had my little job, and I also got money from my parents. But I was dating someone that really looked good on paper and was cute, had a little sports car and the whole thing, and came from a very wealthy family. But so his dad, when I would come over, would give him money to take me out. And I felt like, I told my dad, I feel like the guy's old enough. I'm sorry, 17, 18, 19, 20, or I don't want to see it. If you have a trust fund, I don't want your dad giving you money. This is not like 12 years old, or 13 years old. And I said, I feel like I'm dating his dad because the dad is giving the money. Have a good time, son. And I'm out there in the world. I was doing a lot of stuff, I even lived in Europe by myself a couple times, left, modeled. I've been very independent. And I just was like, this is not for me. And my dad's like, well, you have to do what you feel is right, Michelle. And I said, well, I'm just kind of lost respect for the person. I'm not judging anybody. It's just what's for me on my path. Or if you are getting a trust fund or have that kind of wealth, then do something. At least do something with your life. That's my thing. I'm big into that kind of transformation, or have your art. And later, a friend of mine ended up dating him, and they did go to Europe and did stuff together, but he was abusive. He ended up beating her. So I bypassed all that just by trusting my own inner guidance and inner knowing. That was very profound that my dad said. And also he said, honey, you could do anything you want. I know you. You set your sights to something, you think about it, you dream it, and you can do it. So I've always lived from that. So what I'm sharing here is, for some of you, it's actual children. Some of you, it's your own inner child. You need to let your inner child play more, especially with this leap of faith, Fool energy. Okay, what else? Let's see. We're looking at relationships from the guidance from the oversouls. We have a lot of people watching, a lot of different energies. What is the guidance? Okay. New love. So some of you, there is a new relationship coming in. Some of you, it's saying to flirt, to be, some of you, there is a new relationship coming in. Or it could be somebody from the past coming in a new way, right? Because what was Kether saying? 8 of Cups. All right, so I'm getting as above is so below. Release codependency and addictions. That's blocking true love. Okay, let's see. That was it. Okay, one more for the bottom. The grounding. So Spirit is saying release codependency. Addictions are getting in the way, okay, of your, not only your love life, that partner, but you loving life. Some of you over here, it has to do with children or your inner child. The message is, and this is, coming from the east. Here's the north place of spirit, the east of illumination. Coming in the center is to focus on new love. Be open to new person and romance. Be open to this Ace of Cups. Just be, and from what's the action in the west is to be flirty. And then this, for some of you, this is true love. This is a romance of a lifetime. So those of you that were asking about a specific person, yes, it's reciprocated, and it is the romance or the lifetime. So let's get from the Guardian Angels, the Angelic Realm. And again, it's whatever your belief is. I mean, it's all one source, but it's a quality or, aha, woo, okay. I love when that happens. Okay, so some of you I mentioned, it's saying ask for help from others. Some of you I mentioned, you're trying to do stuff alone. You're trying to be by yourself, the martyr. I'm out in the cold, ask for help. And whatever situations you're asking about or relationship, it will improve. So again, let's put that here. How can it not? We've got the Ace of Raphael, which Raphael is the Archangel of Healing, but it's the Ace of Cups, from where everything comes from Source. Okay, everything comes from Source. I don't know if you saw that. Everything comes from Source. With turning point, there's a new level, a new beginning, okay? Someone's returning, but in a different way. A job could be returning, but in a different way. New wisdom and insight, more creativity, right? And what is happening? The world, your world is changing, but you're gaining from this. You're clearing the air. There's gain, there's insight, there's improvement. Monetary, there's tangible improvement, but it brings you back to a leap of faith. You have to have faith. What did Doth say? 6 of water, something from the past, but it's also faith. Have faith. Get with people to strengthen your faith. All right, everyone. This was just beautiful. I'm glad I did record this. Please leave your comments, feedback, any questions that you have. Also, I'd appreciate if you share, if you feel a resonance, share the video, let more people know. I do appreciate your subscriptions, and wow, I just know the earth plane can be really hard, really trying. And I just am so touched by all of you, what you're doing in your life, the changes you're making, the awareness that you have, the next level of psychic ability that many of you are moving into, or using your intuition more. And some of you are really being so helpful to other people and to the earth in general with your beautiful energy. Okay, you can connect with me at soulplayground.life, and of course on social media, social connecting. It's called social connecting at Michelle Mache. Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I like it better. Social connecting. Let's connect. All right. Lots of love and light.